Bam, what's goody kings? Jordan Baywood here, and today we have a special guest, Johnny 5. And if you don't know, the biggest video on this channel is how to blow up on SoundCloud, and he was one of the artists that I interviewed because he has over 10 million streams throughout Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, YouTube, and has some huge music videos out there. He told me about this amazing story about how he almost signed a record deal and it could help someone out there, and I'm so interested in this. For the next few weeks on this channel, me and him are gonna be making music. Amazing, talented artist. So I'd like to just get started and go right into it.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for having me. This is the first for me. It's pretty awesome to be here. It was just a normal day. I woke up, checked my DMs, checked my socials, and I got a particular DM that said, we love your talent, we love to see what you're doing, and it's dope. And
Right.
Me thinking it's just a fan, I just responded as in, thank you, I appreciate you, got a lot more work coming. And little to my knowledge, it was I believe it was an A&R from Interscope Records, either an A&R or a scout, whatever
Talent
they do.
scout,
Yeah.
yeah.
He got in touch with me and basically told me, if I was serious about what I was doing, to leave all my contact information, give him my number, give him my email, and he would have the office contact me. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking, I get that all the time, where it's like, we're with this label, we're with that label, we want to, sign you this and that. When it comes to, it's nothing, it's really nothing. It's usually just somebody who is just trying to get your talent or get some type of money out of you for something. I got a call 20 minutes later after I gave him my number. It was from Santa Monica, California. Anybody who knows Interscope Records, they know they're based in Santa Monica, California. And call was from the vice president of Interscope Records, and he basically told me, we're looking for Johnny 5, and I told him it was me. I wasn't as excited because, like I said, I get those all the time, so it was like, I didn't know if it was true. So the first, which is actually really funny, because the first thing he told me was, well, you don't sound very excited, so we'll just go ahead and give this offer to somebody else. And then that's when it kind of hit me. It was like, okay, wait, wait, hold on. I kind of took it wrong, and I want to hear what you got to say. And he basically told me that DJ Khaled wanted to fund a $100,000 project on me, and that he was going to have DJ Khaled's manager, Kiko, call me right after. In my mind, I'm like, still iffy about if that's real, if it's not, if I'm going to get a call, I don't know. I feel like I was just clogged in my head with, what happened to me before, because it's constantly happening to me. So after I got the call from the vice president, I got a call from DJ Khaled's manager, Kiko. And he basically told me, they wanted to fund a $100,000 project on me. And the plan was for me to go out to, I don't know if it was Vancouver or some part in Canada. I didn't have a passport, I didn't have any of that. So they told me, bring your birth certificate. I'm rushing home. It was crazy. I rushed home, couldn't find my birth certificate, couldn't find anything. I ended up having to print out a whole freaking thing that wasn't a real birth certificate, but it was almost like the same thing as a birth certificate, to where it can't get you into certain areas. The plan was, we're gonna shoot out. I had to go out on a Greyhound at 1 p.m. Mind you, it was 12. So I had an hour to figure all of this out.
Wow.
And the plan was to go out on this Greyhound, go to this studio in Detroit, then head out to Canada. And then the next day, we were going to fly out to LA and meet Khaled and meet all these other people. And then this is what really was the first red flag for me, was he told me I couldn't bring anybody. He told me don't bring here. I told him I had a girlfriend. I told him I would love to bring her along with me, as assurance that this is for real. And he told me don't bring no friends. I'll give you 2 tickets to bring people when we go to LA. But I couldn't bring anybody to Detroit or Canada.
Right.
Which, I mean, I guess I could understand, but for me, as this being my...
That was a red flag.
Yeah, it was the first red flag I had got, but plenty more red flags coming. But, I go get my birth certificate, get ready to go on this Greyhound. The plan was we're going to go to Detroit. We're going to hit the studio in Detroit, make a song with Big Sean and Mike Will Made It. In my mind, you don't get no bigger than that coming from where I started. You know what I'm saying? So it was almost a 100% go for me. I was whatever was going to happen, I was going to do it. Okay. Just because at that moment in time, as a young artist,
you're impressionable.
Yes.
Huge. We all are. And once they start flying that around, it's like
you don't even think about the red flags. You don't think all these red flags that I'm going to be talking about and with Jordan is stuff that I realized after the fact. Not during, not before.
Your head was already filled up with so much excitement, so much impression.
Exactly.
Yeah. They controlled it.
In my mind, exactly. They control you, because in your mind, you think this is your one and only shot, which, by the way, when I was talking to the vice president of Interscope Records, he said, I know this is your one shot. So it's like they almost manipulate your mind to think this is it or nothing.
And he kind of made that you do that says, oh, you're not excited enough, we go with someone else.
Exactly.
And it's
So,
like, that's a sales tactic.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir. And he got me. It really got me.
So on the Greyhound, so you got on the Greyhound.
Yes, sir.
And then to Detroit.
Yes.
That first night. So tell, like, what was that?
Well, as soon as I got on the Greyhound, I literally got on the Greyhound with no with what I had on. I had to buy a charger there. I was going there free-willingly, like nothing in hand, nothing packed, nothing, anything. So
Okay.
on the way, you know, I had to get something done called ASCAP.
Yep.
Basically, where Rock Nation had also called me about the Big Sean feature, saying, you know, I need to be signed up with ASCAP if I want to have my royalties with this feature.
Which is normal.
Yes, which is very normal. But I had no idea what that was. So okay, I'm on the Greyhound. I'm filling out my ASCAP. Yeah, I'm doing all this stuff at once. I have no idea what's really about to happen or what's going on, but I just know I need to get this done in order to make this happen. So I get my ASCAP done. I get to the bus station. The manager calls me. He's like, yo, let me know what color pants you're wearing, what shirt you're wearing, if you're wearing a hat. That's so my driver can know. And I let him know I'm wearing teal blue pants, white shirt, and some Timbs. And he's like, okay. And next thing I know, not 5 minutes later, I hear honks outside, and it's a limousine, a whole limousine. I'm like, there's no way that can't be for me. Driver pops out, was like, you're Johnny 5. I'm like, yes, sir. He opens the door for me. I get in the car, and there's Kiko. And
the manager of Khaled.
Yeah. And he tells me, basically, he's like, you know, I tell him as soon as I get in the car, I'm like, yo, like, I thought this was gonna be fake. I didn't think it was gonna be real because I get calls like this all the time. And then red flag number 2. He pulls out a manila folder full of documents and he slams it on my lap and he says, hey, by the way, before you come to this studio, you gotta sign this.
Huge red flag. To go to a studio, you have to sign.
It didn't make any sense to me, but at the time, as a young artist,
it didn't matter.
It did not matter. I was going to jump on that. And so what these documents could have said, I have no idea.
Probably took your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have no idea. All my royalties probably said they own me. I would have signed it in a millisecond. But God was on my side, and this is why. They wanted me to pay 5% of that 100,000, so 5,000.
5,000.
And I told him, hey, bro, I got 2,500 to my name. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to give you all this 2,500 that I have. I will have nothing after this just to make this happen. And he said, you know what? That's cool. Okay, yada yada yada. Another red flag. Red flag number 3 was, as soon as I got in the car and I talked to Kiko, he said, you know, do you have the money? First thing he asked me, yeah, do you have the money? I'm like, I got it on my card, I gotta go pull it out. His whole demeanor changes to where now he's irritated. Now he's irritated with the fact that I didn't have the cash.
Right, like you're not carrying $2,500 of cash.
Right. Yeah, so now what we had to do was go to 3 different gas stations. And I had to go to, because you know how some ATMs only let you pull out a certain amount. I went to 3 different gas stations, pulled out, I'd say about 1,500, gave him the 1,500. Next thing I know, my wallet's gone.
Wow.
My wallet's just gone. I have to have my wallet to get the rest of this, you know, $1,000 out, and it's gone. So we make a U-turn. We're actually heading to the studio at this point when I lost my wallet.
The Detroit studio.
Yeah. And I told him I said, hey, I can't find my wallet. And mind you, I never ever have lost my wallet before in my entire life. I lost it, and I was like my wallet's gone, bro. Another red flag. The irritation just gets worse. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's almost to the point where like I felt this was all they were wanting from me, was this
just the money.
2,500 right here, and then something was gonna happen type shit, that they were gonna be like, oh, we can't get in the studio, we can't do this. So, but at the time, like I said, at the time you don't think of it.
Yeah.
You're not thinking of that. You're just thinking of, I need to get this 2,500 so we can make this happen. And I lose my wallet. We hit a U-turn. Driver turns around, go back to the gas station we were recently at, and my wallet's sitting in the middle of the street. You know, plain as day. Probably got ran over 4 or 5 times, but it's just sitting there. So I'm like, oh, thank God. I get out, grab it, put it in my pocket, hold on to it the rest of the ride up. Now, mind you, these other gas stations we went to, they would not let me pull any money out of these ATMs, because I guess there's only a certain amount, like
you can pull
daily, in any ATM, and your card will know that.
Yeah.
So I was with Fifth Third Bank, and if anybody's been, if you guys have been to Detroit, especially downtown Detroit, you know that Fifth Third building is literally like a skyscraper.
Yeah.
And there's an ATM inside of it. Driver pulls up next to the Fifth Third. He's like, okay, I'll wait here. Mind you, I already gave him the 1,500. I'm walking out. I'm going up to the Fifth Third. You know how there's big. I mean, these steps are just. There's no reason why these steps should be this big. And I'm holding on to my wallet. Like, I'm literally gripping my wallet with every ounce of grip I have. just to make sure this thing is right here. You know what I'm saying? I get to the last step of this Fifth Third building. I remember it so vividly. I get to the last step of this Fifth Third building. And when you get to this last step, as soon as you walk in, there's an ATM to the right. And that's the only ATM in the building. I walk up, I look right, see the ATM. Mind you, I'm still holding my wallet. I take 20 steps. No bullshit. I take 20 steps. I'm at the ATM, I go reach for my wallet. This thing is gone.
What the fuck?
I mean, gone. And there's no way I couldn't retrace my steps and find it. You know what I'm saying? Because I only went up these stairs and took a right. Mm-hmm. I was holding on to it the entire time. It was gone. In my mind, I'm just like, holy hell.
Okay.
Like there was no possible chance that my wallet just ducked off. Well, I was literally holding this thing with a vice grip right until I got to the ATM. Next thing I know, I reach in it, gone. It was like somebody did a magic trick on my pocket.
Wow.
And like I said, I've never ever lost my wallet before in my life.
Okay.
And this day I lose it twice in 30 minutes. In my mind, at this point in time, I'm like, okay, I'm screwed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have this other $1,000.
This guy's getting pissed.
Exactly. I don't have this other $1,000. The driver's got to be somewhere at 5. Michael made it has called my phone 3 times, like, thinking I'm not in the right place of mind. My head's not right because I don't have this.
When did he call you the first time?
He called me the first time as soon as I got in the car.
Okay.
He called me the first time saying as soon as I got in the car, because we had to be at the studio at 5. I was going to go to this hotel, get changed in this We the Best gear, this and that, because I guess whatever I was wearing wasn't going to be presentable enough for Big Sean and his people.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they were saying. So the plan was go to this hotel, get dressed, get changed, go to the studio, make this song with Big Sean, Michael made it, and let's put it out that night and fly out to LA the next day and meet DJ Khaled. Michael Maida has called me. This will be his 3rd time calling me, and he's like, yo, like, where are you at? You gotta be here in 10 minutes. Big Sean's about to pull up in 15. Oh. You know what I mean? Like you've got to be here. And I'm like, dude, you guys want me to pay this amount of money? I felt like almost, what's the word, like disappointment in myself for losing my wallet.
Yeah, somehow, that's crazy.
And it brought me down in every way possible. It was just like,
you're blowing your big moment.
Big moment, because they made me feel like that was going to be my only shot in any type of label or whatever. Whoever wanted me, this and that, they made me feel like that was it. This was my shot, or it was done. Mm-hmm. They're basically telling me like, where you at? He calls me, where you at? What are you doing? I tell him, dude, I lost my wallet. Like I lost the revenue that I need to make this happen.
Yeah.
I don't get a response for about an hour. And mind you, I'm in Detroit by myself. Just the phone and the charger, the clothes I have on my back.
No wallet.
I came down here free willingly, just with nothing, because I thought this was my moment. And this is a big red flag for all you artists out there who are really looking to do something with this. Is think before you make movements. Think before you make decisions or rational decisions. Because if I would have thought before I had went on this Greyhound in the first place, if I would have thought, hey, any record label that really wants you as an artist is not going to say you need to pay 5% of this.
Right, they're rich. Exactly. What do they care about a few $1,000
for? So any label or organization that wants you and really wants you, you're not going to have to worry about paying 5%, 10%, 20%, none of that. Because they're gonna want you for you, and they're gonna tell you, hey, come out to this studio.
We got everything already done for you.
Planned out. Just come to this studio.
Bring your voice.
Yes.
That's it. Question about that. So when you lost money and everything, like how did it end? What was the end result?
The end result
did you get into a studio?
No, not at all. The end result, which was so ironic though, if you think about it, because about an hour and a half later, I had my mom come to get me because she called me before I even left, saying, if you need me to come get you. Like, what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why everybody was so worried. I kind of understand because I'm, what I'm saying? Nobody knows who I'm talking to or...
Yeah. Your mom calls you.
Yes.
She's worried. Everybody's worried.
Yeah. She's on the way to get me. And this is why it's ironic that you said, did you get to any studio? I got a message from Kiko right when my mom was on her way to come get me. I was, in my mind, I'm like damn. Like, this was it, and I screwed it. You know what I mean? So now I'm thinking, this is going to get around the entire music industry type shit. Like if anybody that was looking at me wants me, they're gonna be like, oh, he's not doing this and that.
Right.
But then again, like I said, if a label really wants you, or if somebody really wants you, they're not gonna take these steps that these guys took.
Yeah. So this is why we're telling the story, guys. Like I wanted to share it because he went through this failure that it's becoming.
Yeah.
So it's a lesson, not only for him now, it's gonna be for you guys too. So, and I would have, if someone hit me up like that, honestly, I would have got sucked into it too.
Man,
It's mastery.
Especially as it being like your first big time move that's happening.
And it's not out of question too, because you got hundreds of thousands of streams at that point.
Yes, sir.
And it's like, it's pretty typical for a label
to want that.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
So okay, so your mom picks you up.
Well, she's on her way.
Okay,
she's on her way. And I get a text from Kiko, and he says, come to the studio. That right there was like the breaking point for me. That kind of showed me, like, okay, that's what he should have said when he first talked to me.
Right, like it's.
You know what I mean? That's what he should have said the first time he said anything. The first words that should have came out of his mouth was, "Hey, bro, come to the studio."
Yep. We'll talk business after. It's all about music.
As soon as he said that, and this is when I started to realize the red flags. This is when everything's, because at this time I'm still overwhelming myself with just, damn, I'm like, this was it. This was
failure.
Like I felt like the ultimate failure. I feel like I let everybody down, because I had told all my friends, like, yo, like, this is it. Like, this is what I need. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like I let everybody down, and it was like the most gruesome feeling. Like, seriously, like. But when he told me come to the studio, a light clicked in my head and was like, okay. Now I feel like I have the confidence to tell this dude, no, I'm not about to come to your studio now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about to come over there. Like, mind you, the driver had already took off with my 1500. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. The driver had took off with my 1500 because he had a meeting at 5. So now I'm without 1500. I done gave him half of my savings.
Yeah.
For what? He just drove off with it. Now I'm stuck in this Fifth Third building, waiting for my mom to come get me. He tells me come to the studio, and that was it for me. I didn't even respond to him.
Wow.
I deleted his number. I deleted everything about that organization.
Now that you look back at it, we obviously know it's a scam. They probably do this with multiple artists, and that's their gig. And at the end of the day, like, it probably wasn't Mike Wilmette. It could have been just a guy that looked like him and sounded like him, and that's their operation.
Exactly. You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
And nobody in the industry, like, you don't charge before you go to the studio. It's not how it works. Like, you worry about business after you get
Right.
It's all about that, and the managers will figure it out.
Right. Right. They won't leave it up to you to figure out how you're gonna get there, how you're gonna pay for it, you know what I'm saying?
And I know so many people with like a few hundred followers, and they're getting hit up by like things like this. I hear this kind of operate. This is the most extreme operation I've ever heard,
Yeah.
and they're probably doing it to thousands of people.
Multiple. Like honestly, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really know if these people were really who they say they were, because mind you, I never made it to this studio.
You're right.
But they did. I mean, I got picked up in the limo. I mean, I got treated like royalty for the first 30 seconds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that costs a few $100 to make it.
Oh yeah.
Right. So
yeah. And then it costs $1,500 to get a ride to.
Yeah. Gotcha. So your mom comes picking you up.
Yes. Well, the ride back was really the lesson part for me.
Okay.
The ride back was really because I didn't know that my mother had so much knowledge and what scams could be like. But but in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to believe it was a scam, because like I feel like I was worth that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To get that acknowledgement, and you know what I'm saying? So it was like, in my head, I'm still gassing myself up. I'm like, no, they were real. They were real. That was really DJ Khaled, this and that.
Right.
Like,
you want to believe it?
My mom's like,
smoke a mirror.
dude, you gotta really, really think about this real quick. Like, she's the one that told me, if somebody really wants you for your talent, that's what they're gonna go for. They're not gonna go for your 20.
They're gonna be handing you money. Hey, we'll pay you $5,000 to come to our studio.
Exactly.
Even if Big Sean likes you, and it would be Big Sean's manager that would
that would happen. Exactly. And I didn't, like I said, when I got the call from Rock Nation, I didn't know if that was his manager, his A&R. You never know, because he just said, you gotta sign up for this if you want this feature to happen. There was a lot of red flags that I'm thinking about now as well that I didn't notice then when I was thinking about the red flags too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the moral of this story is basically, don't jump on the first situation or first opportunity you get. You have got, I know, trust me when I tell you guys, it's going to be the hardest decision for you to make, to not jump on a situation where somebody's this big in stature in the music industry is, trying to get with you and offer you this and that, and just watch out for these red flags that we're talking about, because this is for real. So
will you ever sign a label deal, or you want to make your own label?
No,
What's the
I would never
future?
pursue. I would never ever pursue another label. I don't care who it is.
Right.
The only thing that would even come close to my head is a distribution deal.
Yep.
It's the only thing I would even fathom thinking about.
Yeah, and that's the best way. That's always the best way. It's a mutual.
Yes.
That's a mutual
It's
thing.
a mutual agreement. It's not like you don't own me, I don't own you. You let me do my thing. You just help with this distribution, and you might make a little bit here and there, but you're not taking everything I own. I still own all my rights.
Right.
I still own all my ownership.
Yep.
I own myself.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we're in a distribution deal does not give you me.
Right. It's just, hey, for this next project, you can have
You're
a
gonna
percent of it
exactly.
if you distribute it, right?
Exactly.
But you don't own anything else. Anything else. So you'll never sign it.
Nope.
You plan to do it just, you know.
Myself. I plan to come up independently. I plan to make my own label. All gas, no brakes. AGMB Records.
Boom.
I'm really looking to flourish with that. And that's my way of thinking now. Is after that, the lessons I've learned from that really had me gain so much knowledge in this industry.
Yeah.
And how I want to do it. And guys like Russ and J. Cole, if you guys actually listen to these guys, man, they will literally preach this to you. They will preach it to you. And it happens. It's happening every single day.
And we want to make sure this doesn't happen to you. And this is why we made this video, to document his story. And I just thought it was, you know, the most extreme case. But I also have a lot of friends that hit me up, and they make these, you know, dumb decisions to get a manager from, you know, this record label and all this. And everybody I know has lost money through that.
Right.
You lost $1,500, and you know. But what we gained out of it is a really good story and really good life lessons that hopefully you guys enjoyed. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that, turn it to confetti.
Yeah.
Turn that shit confetti. And you might as well hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed.
Yes, sir.
And then hit that post notification bell, because YouTube's doing us dirty here. They're doing the Baywood community dirty. And they're not showing you the videos when we post. So you gotta hit that post notification bell and comment down below what was the biggest red flag that you heard from him that you would have stopped at, that you would have kind of backed out at. Mine would be the red flag that stood out to me is the money. Once they ask for money. Yeah, comment down below. For the next few weeks, you're going to see a lot of content from me and Johnny 5.
Yes, sir.
Go check out his music everywhere. We'll put a link down below. Amazing, talented artist, and you're about to see that for the next few weeks. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace!
If I call, don't answer. Do me this favor. It'll make things worse for me if you answer me, giving me fantasies of what this could be. If I call, don't answer. Do me this favor. It'll make things worse for me if you answer me, giving me fantasies